So, two things were brought to my attention tonight, and I would like to speak about them because to me it is a rather touching subject to me because both of them pertain to my livelihood and the livelihood of my family. I was called tonight and had a conversation pertaining to two things. It was very brief and very short, and I'm trying to use choice words here and not the ones I would like to. It was very brief and very short, and it pertained to two things. The first thing we spoke of, me and the person on the conversation, was the person's friend had an issue with a coyote and had some loss due to cause of a coyote. I'm not going to go into too much detail. It's not my story, and it's not my business to tell. But where it is my business is the state of New Mexico has deemed it unlawful for her to kill the coyote. Because it's too harmful to the animal. I've been shooting coyotes my whole life. I've been hunting, tracking, calling of most creatures, large and small, bird, deer, antelope, elk, aoudad, javelina, pig, pheasant, quail, and I have been fishing my whole life as well. Everything from sheep's head on the Gulf of Mexico to smallmouth bass and largemouth bass in Texas. And I see no harm done to a creature. I see it taken home and eaten by the families that killed it. I see first kills and a learning from a father to son passed down through generations. And I'm sorry to see that it's lost upon the state of New Mexico. That growing up, if we had a chicken die or a calf get killed because of a coyote or a mountain lion or any other predator for that matter, our jobs as kids and young adults was to track the animal and kill it so it would not do that again. We would sell the fur, if it was good fur, tan it out for rugs and warm clothing for people. We would sell the bodies, if need be, to the Wool and Mohair Association of Texas, where you can get $50 for a coyote because it is a endangerment to livestock, as most predators are. I've been in agriculture my whole life, and I am sorry to see that there are times like these where men and women cannot stick up for their own livestock and kill the creature that is destroying their livelihood. The second thing we discussed tonight, because if I go too much into detail on the previous subject, I will be using the wrong words, and I'm trying to be diplomatic and tell the American people to stand up and have a little grit and crawl in their stomach. The second thing is the beef war that we are doing to ourselves in the United States. This again is my livelihood, as I've grown up around cattle my whole life. From the plains of Texas and the desert of Nevada, growing up we were taught from young children how a cow was sick, what to do when a cow is sick, how to care for calves, raising, feeding, everything from the day they are born to the day they go to the sale barn or to the beef slab. I can butcher a cow. I can butcher most animals that you find on a livestock farm. But the beef war itself not only damages the livelihood of the American people, the people who eat beef, but it damages the farmers and the ranchers who grow the beef. My family has been in beef cattle for over 200 years. When J.P. Borden came to Texas and brought the first Brahma cattle, when my family came over on the boats from Italy and Denmark, they brought with them nothing much more and worked to the ranches that we have now. Whether on either side of my family, mother or father, though they do not live together, they both thrive throughout the agricultural business. This is my family's livelihood, and hopefully mine one day. It is the whole reason that I'm willing to fight for my country, and the reason that I sign a check for up to my life. Because the agricultural business is what raised me. I grew up going out with old cowboys, watching the old breed die, seeing men do things, men and women do things that no other human has ever dreamed of. From fixing fence in places that there was impossible ways to build a fence, to saving a whole herd of cattle in more ways than one. I grew up not only watching this, but it was around me every day. A cow itself to me is more than just a paycheck, but is my life. It is the life of my family and their family and their ancestors before me. I wish Americans to wake up and open their eyes to this. And I wish to remind every American every day that if you have food on your plate, thank a farmer. If that food came to you and it came to you through the store, thank a trucker. And if you are able to freely eat at your dinner table and pray to whatever God you believe in and continue to live a free life, thank an armed service member. I'm going to sign off now and say goodnight to all of America. And I hope this reaches people all over the United States. Thank you, and good night.